Plaintiff Robert Fowler says he was friends with the defendant, and eventually they became intimate. But he had no idea that she was addicted to heroin. Robert insists he tried to help the defendant with her addiction, and he's suing her today for a loan and emotional distress. Defendant Amy Ring admits that she's a drug addict who was good friends with Robert, and she says his way of helping her with her addiction was through intimacy. Amy claims everything was fine until Robert's daughter, who's with Robert in court, accused Amy of taking advantage of her father, and she's countersuing for defamation.
Start with you, sir.
I met Amy a little over a year ago, and we became friends, and eventually we became intimate. She has...
Where did you meet her?
I'm sorry?
Where did you meet her?
Where did I meet Amy?
Yes.
Actually, I was coming out of...
Start with how old you are, if you don't mind.
I'm 75 years old. Yeah.
75.
Yes, Your Honor.
So where did you meet her?
Actually, I was coming out of Hardee's one morning after breakfast.
Hardee's? You see where to go at 75? Because how old are you?
I'm 32 as a...
32. 75. All right, go ahead.
I was coming out of Hardee's, and she yelled to me, said she could not find her cell phone. She asked me if I would take her to her house and call her number so we could locate her cell phone, which we did. And well, anyway, we ended up at my house that evening and so on and so forth.
You're mumbling on me. What happened?
We ended up...
I don't want to miss the good stuff. What? Don't mumble the good stuff. What happened?
We ended up going to my house that evening and so on and so forth. And we...
I know ain't no so and so forth. I want to know how this went down. I mean, did you kind of, hey, baby, let me kiss you and hug you? And how?
It just... Your Honor,
Who made the move?
It just happened. I don't know. It happened between a man and a woman. We started kissing, and one thing led to another.
All right.
We ended up having sex.
Wow. All right. So how did things go from there?
Well, we became friends. I did not know at the time that she had a drug problem, and
what type of drugs did you come to find out? Wow.
From what she tells me, heroin. I have seen her actually shoot up many, many times. At my home, in fact, Your Honor.
Were you giving her money to sustain her habit?
Your Honor, I have been a member of Alcoholics Anonymous for almost 16 years. I try to help people. I do not enable anyone.
Right.
I was hoping to help her.
But she never asked you for money, and you gave it or loaned to her like on a regular basis.
She asked to borrow money on
a regular basis?
Yes.
Okay,
Pretty much so, yes.
Just trying to figure out whether her objective was to fuel her drug habit. That's kind of what I'm asking.
Well,
I know you're a handsome man, and you probably got away with the ladies, but I'm just wondering, on the other hand, was her motivation to get money from you to supply her habit?
I believe it was, Your Honor. Okay. She told me on one occasion that they were going to shut her power bill off, and she needed $275, $80, whatever it was, and me being very gullible and very flattered.
But that's your loan
lady.
That's your loan today. I was trying to assess whether she was asking for money over the entire year.
Plaintiff Robert Fowler says when he became intimate with the defendant, he had no idea she was a heroin addict.
Let me hear from you, ma'am. Give me some background.
Okay, I met Rocky Fowler about a year and a half ago at the restaurant, and we bonded over the fact that I looked up to him because he was in AA. I got hit by a car in 2013, got addicted to opiates, and have been fighting a drug addiction ever since. The story went exactly like he said. We went to my house, but then when we got to his house, he asked if, if he wanted his version of trying to help me be sober is intimacy. He wanted companionship, and I gave him companionship. And he gave me money on several occasions, enabled me, drove me to get the drugs, gave me money to get the drugs. Everything changed when she came into the picture, and it's never been.
How so?
She came over around Christmas of last year, and I was there. And when she
And
walked,
this
is his daughter.
Oh, his daughter came around, and she
Yes.
probably felt that you were hustling her
She was a
dad
drug
for drugs.
addict at one point in time.
All right, but this time, when she came around, what problems did it cause with you?
When she started coming around, everything changed. His attitude changed, although we still hung out.
Why do you think that is?
She thinks that I was this evil person that was stealing from him and taking advantage of him. She doesn't know what was going on behind closed doors.
And you weren't?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Did you want your daughter to testify, sir?
Absolutely.
All right. Come on up, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes. Actually, when I walked into my dad's house in December and seeing Amy there, I also noticed that she was just sitting there with her belongings and pulling things out of her purse and sitting at the counter. And I was hiding Christmas presents for my family in the spare bedroom at my father's house because, you know, the kids will get in there. But anyway, so I found an item missing, a $40 wallet at the time. And I did see
wallet.
a wallet look just like the one I'd bought come out of Amy's purse that day.
I'll take a lie detector.
And that's
I never
where
stole a wallet.
I seen
Sorry.
that's where I was seeing the red flags going off in my mind just because of that one ordeal. In the meantime, my father was explaining to me that he was trying to help this person. And I tried to express to my father many times, one, we can't help anyone if they don't want the help. And two, if this drug has taken her soul, then there's no coming back.
Okay. And so your assessment is that she's been hustling your dad
Absolutely.
She doesn't
in
know me,
exchange
though.
for sex or some type of romantic relationship to fuel her, to get money to fuel her drug habit.
She sent me, a text message saying not only did she provide for my father in those ways, that she did get this loan from him.
All right. Now, that's what we're here today about, the loan, and then we'll get to whatever emotional distress. Sir, you loaned her money?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And how much was it and when?
I loaned her $280 at the one time.
And when was she to repay?
We didn't really have an agreement, but I was hoping he would just repay a little
All
bit
right.
at a time, which I would have accepted that.
Okay, ma'am, what do you say?
There was no agreement. I called him crying. I got $800 stolen from me. I called him crying because my power was going to get shut off the next day. He came pick me up. We went to the bank. We got the money. As far as I was concerned, the money was a gift to me.
Did he ever say it was a loan?
No, he never, until she came into the picture.
How long after he had given you this 280 did she come in the picture and call it a loan?
Around Christmas time.
And he agreed
Around Christmas
and
time.
he agreed to that?
He agreed.
That he believed it was a loan?
He started saying, "Can I have them?" But we just hung out a month
Come
ago.
on, ma'am. If you've watched my show, you know I've seen dope fiends every day of
Right.
my life growing
Right.
up. And so you're coming across like
no,
that.
I'm being very honest
You're
about being an addict.
you're coming across like a dope fiend. Now, you say you have some evidence, because I'm not going to let you play with my intelligence. You're being with this 75-year-old man, and you know you're fueling your drug habit with this. Who you kidding? First of all, who is this from to who?
That is from Amy
From her
me.
to you?
After I'd sent her a blessing.
Don't you dare threaten me. If you want to fight, if that's what you're through with, treat me, you can come to Tony. I'm here and I think I'm scared. You better check my past, my background. And I never took advantage of your dad. Didn't hardly ever give me. And you said he did. You said he would give you things all the time. Here you're telling her he never gave you. Know that I gave him a whole lot of. If you want the whole story, and you know how much money he's ever given, is this loan that he gave me. Very small loan, and I pay them back.
Plaintiff Robert Fowler says when he became intimate with the defendant, he had no idea she was a heroin addict.
What do you say to that?
Because she was texting me all
That's
the
why
time.
you admitted it was a loan?
She was
Because she was texting you?
I have so
All
many.
right.
I have,
Ma'am, do you want rehabilitation? Do you want us to offer
yes,
you
I do.
rehab?
I actually have an appointment for the methadone clinic on the
Very
21st,
good,
but I
very
do
good.
want help. Yes,
I'm
I
glad
don't.
to
I never
hear
chose
that.
to be
So,
an addict.
I apologize for calling you a dope fiend, because you're not one once you admit that you want help and you commit to that. And what is your counterclaim for? Defamation. How does he owe you?
Because it was never a loan. He gave me the money. He's given me money so many times.
How did he
and
defame you? I believe
okay,
that.
okay, I will tell you that. They made me out to be this evil person, like I'm a thief, that I stole this wallet. I've stayed so many times in this house. I've never
What did
stolen
he do?
anything. He called me names, a liar. They're totally calling me a liar, a thief, making me like I'm this horrible
Who
person.
else did he tell that to? Give me a specific person he's told that to.
Okay, my tenant that I rent to.
Do you have a statement from the tenant?
No, she's not here.
Do you
but
have any evidence of him saying, defaming you to a third party, another person?
No, but I've got
Him,
so
not
many
her.
text messages
Him.
from his
All right.
daughter.
Now, you know your credibility has been ruined because you started out telling me that you never discussed it as a loan, but then I have direct evidence that you did. I'm going to grant his judgment. Certainly, it's you all haven't been together since when?
Been several months.
All right,
No, it was
and
a
your
month
loan
ago.
is for $280. The rest is for emotional distress, $300.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you're a 75-year-old gentleman. Certainly to be cut off like that, that's emotional distress for you. But I can't grant you that type of distress. I'm going to deny your claim, ma'am. He has not defamed you, and I'm just going to grant you the loan, not the emotional distress. $280 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I'm sorry this whole thing happened, to be honest with you. I really am. Very sorry. I don't want to hurt her. I do want to help her, you know. In all seriousness, I truly do. I do care about her.
I think that his daughter has made me out to be something that I'm not. She didn't know what went on behind closed doors. And she doesn't even know me, has never met me, has never said a word to me, and I've never stolen anything from this man.